On September 1, 1939, the German army invaded Poland, routing the Polish army within several weeks. The beginning of the occupation was characterized by an atmosphere of chaos and destruction. The constant shelling had destroyed many houses, killing numerous civilians. There was widespread financial ruin, and public institutions had been forced to close. Millions of people became refugees, either because their houses had been destroyed or because they had been forced to flee from the advancing German forces. On September 28th, Warsaw capitulated. In the weeks before its surrender, 16,000 Polish and Jewish citizens and prisoners of war were murdered by German soldiers. The Polish government fled the country, relocating at first to Paris. After the French defeat in June 1940, it moved to London, where it continued issuing orders to the Polish Home Army, the Armia Krajowa. In a secret addendum, appended to the Ribbentrop-Molotov Treaty and signed in August 1939, Poland was divided between the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany. Large portions of its western and northern territories, among them Upper Silesia and the province of Lodz, were annexed to the Third Reich. Some 600,000 Jews lived in these regions. The central area in Poland was placed under German civil administration and renamed the General Government. More than 1.5 million Jews resided in this region, which the Germans considered part of occupied Poland, and which was not annexed to the Reich. Some 1.2 million Jews resided in the eastern part of Poland, which was annexed to the Soviet Union and to Lithuania. Immediately following the German invasion of Poland, the Jews in cities and towns began to suffer from extreme, arbitrary violence, humiliations in public streets, and even mass murder. In many places, German authorities began conscripting Jews for forced labor, kidnapping passers-by, and forcibly seizing people from their homes. Sometimes, forced labor was only used as an excuse to humiliate the Jews by forcing them to perform menial work without any concrete goal, while subjecting them to beatings and abuse. At the same time, in some places, the Jews were subjected to decrees and laws passed by various administrative bodies, such as the administration of the General Government and local and regional branches of the SS. Jews were forbidden to possess radios or to use the trains for intercity travel in Poland. Jewish schools and synagogues in many cities throughout Poland were closed, and during the first weeks of the invasion, the Germans detonated hundreds of synagogues. At the same time, the Jews were marked with yellow stars or armbands in order to enable their identification and to separate them from the rest of the population. They were also inundated with new rules and decrees meant to exclude them from economic life and divest them of their property. It is important to remember that the Jewish community in Poland was already very poor, and that many Jews were on the verge of starvation even before the German occupation. For this reason, the financial sanctions caused grievous damage. Without a source of income, the Jewish family structure and the Jewish community suffered a general collapse. In every city in Poland, the Jews suffered from violence and harsh decrees, but because there were no uniformed, detailed, or clear instructions on how to treat the Polish Jews, but only general guidelines, local administrations treated the Jews differently in different locations.